Namaste. Good evening. Buenas tardes, friends of Instituto Cervantes, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of the diplomatic missions. I'm honored to welcome you to this special event where the spotlight is not on the Spanish language, but on Hindi. We are hosting the official launching of the book Namaste Hindi Part-1, written by Shalu Chopra. For this presentation, we are accompanied by His Excellency Ambassador Victor Hugo Echevarri, Sunil Chopra, Sonia Gupta, and I thought Huma Siddiqui. She said, "Oh, नमस्ते, मैं आज बहुत खुश है। मैं हिंदी नहीं बोलती हूँ, लेकिन इस किताब की मदद से मैं हिंदी सीखना चाहती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग, buenas tardes, आप सबका हार्दिक स्वागत है. Very warm welcome and bienvenidos a todos. Your Excellency, Ambassador Victor from Embassy of Colombia, who is actually here only for a couple of minutes, literally getting time out of thin air to be here with us to acknowledge this, because he has another reception to go to. But we're very, very grateful, sir, for you to come in here. And a big gratitude to Maria, the director of Instituto Cervantes, for opening up your arms, your heart, and the doors of Instituto Cervantes for this landmark event. Muchísimas gracias, nos vale muchísimo, mil gracias por eso. आपका सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. और मुझे पता है, I'm aware that a lot of you have actually fought with a lot of traffic on the way, and despite that, and we know some of our friends are still on the way, but we will get started. And what we are doing today is launching Namaste Hindi Part-1, which attempts to show Hindi in a very, very vibrant, colorful, refreshingly different way. I will not speak much more about it, because I will first like to invite Ambassador, His Excellency Victor, to come and share his sentiments and his own thoughts, who has been a friend of Mundo Latino, most importantly for Shalu and for myself, and always given us a lot of time, love, affection, all of those things which keep us so close to the Hispanic community and the Spanish language. So, without much ado, may I first request Ambassador to come and share his sentiments on Namaste Hindi Part-1 and what this means to him.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunil. I have my sentiments written down here. So, thank you very much. Thank you, dear Maria, for hosting us, dear Professor Sonia Gupta, and of course, you are the beloved couple. Thank you very much for this invitation and for allowing me to speak a little bit about this beautiful publication this afternoon. So yes, it's a truly honor to be with you tonight at the Cervantes Institute. That this place has always been open to all of us, especially the Latin American ambassadors, the lovers of the Spanish language, or the Spanish lovers around literature, culture, and everything. So we are celebrating the launch of Namaste Hindi. This is a new textbook for learning Hindi, created by our querida amiga Shalu Chopra, a great promoter, great promoter of the Spanish and Latin American culture, together with her husband, our dear Sunil. Now, the first thing that came to my mind when Shalu and Sunil told me, why don't you say some words during the launching, is this question. In a world full of applications, YouTube channels, AI tutors, Instagram, Facebook, teaching languages, we see them every day when we open the mobile phone. Why launching a physical book, a printed book? In my opinion, it is because books, I mean real, tangible books, still matters, and they matter deeply. We live in a fast-paced digital world. Language learning applications offer quick access and convenience, and there is certainly a place for that. But learning a language is not just a technical process. It is emotional, it is cultural, and it's even, especially in this case, physical. I think that Namaste Hindi is more than a textbook. It's an experience. When you hold this book, when you flip through the pages, when you underline a word, or stop at a beautiful Devanagari script, you are not just studying, you are connecting with the language, with the culture, and with yourself as a learner. There is a kind of romanticism of the senses that comes from engaging with a physical book. The smell of the pages, the texture under your fingerprints, the act of turning each page. These are small, intimate moments of learning that digital tools cannot replicate. Shalu Chopra's Namaste Hindi blends her expertise, we all know about that, in teaching with innovative tools. So the reader interested in India and Hindi will get the immersive modern experience of listening, reading, while still holding something real and lasting in your hands. As Spanish learners and teachers, you here at the Cervantes Institute already know and understand how rich and rewarding language learning and teachings can be. And you know that it's not just about mastering grammar, it's about opening doors. Hindi, with its poetry, cinema, music, and deep cultural roots, offer a whole new world to explore. There is also a special kind of focus and mindfulness that comes with reading a physical book. No pop-up notifications, no distractions, just you, the words, and the journey of learning. For classrooms, for libraries, or personal studios, this kind of calm engagement is invaluable. And finally, let's not forget the symbolic value of a book. Unlike an application that disappears with a software update, a book can sit on your hands, on your legs, and can sit on yourself for years. You can return to it, you can lend it, you can treasure it, and you can share it with the people that you love the most. Usually it's like that. So it becomes a part of your story as a language learner. So this is more than true with this book that I have the opportunity to read it a little bit before in advance. It's lovely. So I will be recommending the book to many people, and I will do myself. I will do my learning of Hindi. I wish to speak and learn just like you. I don't understand what you say, my dear Maria, perfectly in Hindi. I can imagine but that was beautiful. Congratulations. I wish to be like you. When I'm grown, I will be like you. So as we celebrate this launch today, we also celebrate the power of learning the beauty of Hindi language and the joy of discovering India from inside its roots. So congratulations, dear Shalu, Chopra, by extension, Sunil, that you have been the support always for bringing us this beautiful publication to life. And thank you, all of you, educators, students, and friends, for continuing to believe in the power of language to connect us across the borders. So thank you very much. Namaskar and congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks to the ambassador of Colombia who has made it to this event despite having so many other commitments. And you know how he came here? He got down from his car and walked to this place. And I can never ever forget this, and I can never ever repay with all my love and affection for you, sir. Thank you so much. And I and I will never forget this. Thank you.
No, I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll sign this for you. Okay.
No, solo no firme. No firme. Dr. Sonia Gupta, who's I will not even try and introduce her formally in terms of what all she has accomplished, and she's been a professor, head of department for Spanish and studies for Hispanic studies at Jamia Millia Islamiya. She's a celebrated, authority for decades on Spanish, Hispanism, Latin America, anything to do with Spanish and their, the culture, the language, everything possibly. But most importantly, she has been a mentor and a friend to Shalu and myself for so many years, from our first very project when Shalu brought out her first Spanish book, 2016. I still remember, ma'am held the mic, and I remember vividly, she has said something very beautiful. It's still ringing in my ears. It has been 10 years. She said, Prime Minister Modi, you talk about Make in India, and if you talk about making India, this book, that was a Spanish book which Shalu had authored, is Make in India in the realm of Spanish teaching. Here's an Indian author who has made this for the Indian learners, born in India for Indian learners, and a foreign language. So I think that blessing stayed with us all these years. It has been inspirational for Shalu to keep creating more and more. And here we are today talking of Hindi, and another beautiful language, another beautiful way to connect. And by the way, interesting thing about Hindi and Spanish, just in case you didn't know, okay? We are right next to each other in terms of the most spoken languages on the planet. So Spanish is followed by Hindi. We're trying to learn from how Spanish has been, taught, etc., and all that. And we are right next to each other. So we're trying to see how we can learn so many things from Spanish and keep this love between the two languages going. On that note, ma'am, I request you, invite you to share your thoughts and sentiments on Namaste Hindi. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sunil, for this invitation to be here this evening. आज एक बहुत खुशी का दिन है. Today is really a day of happiness because the book that we are holding in our hands, Namaste Hindi, is the fruit of, I think it would be not enough to say that it is a fruit of a lot of hard work, which it is, but sincerely, I think it is a fruit of a conviction that we have seen in Shalu of being a bridge, that languages can bridge cultures. And I think that is why from producing a textbook in Spanish, today Shalu has also produced a textbook for Hindi for Spanish speakers. I think it's important that the book is meant for Hindi learners from the Spanish-speaking world. And in that sense, it's a major landmark in the history of language teaching. And I do hope that this book will be as a window to India, because it's through a language that you actually reach the people. And I also hope that this will be the beginning of many such books in the different Indian languages. We have a rich diversity of languages in India, and Hindi, of course, is just one of them. I spent 20 years in Hyderabad, and the language that is spoken there, Telugu, is known as the Italian of the East. It's such a beautiful language. So I think you have inaugurated perhaps a very important moment. This should be an inspiration for teachers of Spanish all over the country to be able to produce textbooks of Indian languages for the Spanish speaking world. I congratulate you, Shalu, from the bottom of my heart. I respect you. I respect your work. And I'm really thrilled to be here sharing this wonderful moment with you. Congratulations. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So much of love overflowing. I think the space itself is like that. Cervantes is so warm and welcoming that you come out with these sentiments naturally. And you've been such an eloquent speaker, ma'am. I've always seen you do this wonderful thing. Now, the hero of the day is Namaste Hindi Part 1. Introducing you to the heroine. It's very rare that I'm not the hero, but I'm not jealous tonight. I will let the lady who's responsible for all of us getting here today, this evening, and who had kept me up for 6 years, not knowing what she was doing. So by the way, the little known fact is that she was never good in Hindi in her school. Never. And I was great at Hindi in school. And I thought I was ahead of her in some language because she was my teacher and trainer for Spanish. So I was her teacher and trainer for Hindi for some time. But then she was working very late night, so many years, me not knowing that she was learning Hindi. I thought she was mastering her mastered Spanish. Until the first time she told me, here's 100 pages. Would you like to look at this? I'm trying to create a manual for teaching Hindi. And I was amazed. Excuse me, I tend to get a little emotional. No regrets, no shame. So I said, at least I was ahead on something, some game, and suddenly I realized that she became my teacher for Hindi as well. So welcoming now, mi profesora de dos idiomas, 2 languages, Hindi and Spanish, Shalu Chopra.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Mi media naranja, my better half, as we say in Spanish, media naranja. They say that behind a very successful man, there is a woman, but it's also the other way right. Behind my every small or big success, there is this tall, handsome, good-looking, caring, loving, wonderful gentleman. I mean, I can keep going on with the adjectives for him, standing and supporting me every minute. You know, having the lights on till 4 a.m. in the morning, and he would not even tell me once, switch off the light, I need to sleep. He would be there and he'll say, baby, you'll get tired. Just see if you want to retire now. So thank you so much. And thank you, Sonia ma'am, for always being for me everywhere. I remember when I was learning Spanish, since then I've been in awe of her, looking at her, and I always wanted to be like her. Always. She's my inspiration in the Spanish world. And officially, maybe I've never been to her class, but just by observing her everywhere, I learned so much from her. Thank you so much for being in my life. And then I get introduced to this wonderful lady coming from far away from Spain. And the minute I look at her, I connect with her. I feel that maybe she belonged here sometime, maybe in her last life, or maybe I belonged there. Some connection I have with her. And, she's the director of Cervantes, and she's opened this lovely doors for us to promote Hindi. And thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. Thank you so much. So whatever I have written, whatever I thought I would be saying, I'm saying everything from the heart and nothing. I've forgotten what I prepared. Just talking through my heart with my friends, my people over here. And in fact, the journey became 6 years back, when I thought of writing this book. And 6 years of dreaming, 6 years of working every day, learning and enjoying every moment of producing this manual. This has been my dream, and the dream is alive right now. When I touch the book now, they don't just seem pages to me. They seem like my heart in my hand, which connects this book and every learner to the soul of India. If you really want to learn and connect with the wonderful the culture and the heritage we have in our country, which goes much beyond and along with yoga and with Bollywood, then Namaste Hindi is the answer for you. It's the first, I have produced 3 manuals in Spanish, and I could do that because Spanish has been worked on and it's got its norms. Instituto Cervantes has worked so hard to create and to spread Spanish and Hispanic culture in the world that everything was structured for me when I started writing the book. And they say, if you really want to, break a rule, you need to first know all the rules. And that's how I could be, creative with my 3 editions of Viva Latino, 1, 2, and 3 to make Spanish books. At the same time, I had a deep urge to create something similar in Hindi, in realm of Hindi, because I saw that wherever I traveled in the world, people connected with me, and they just wanted to know my culture. They wanted to learn Hindi. They wanted to say Namaste. They wanted to just embrace my culture. So I thought there is nothing like this which is of an international level book, which is joyful to learn from, which is visual. And this language is spoken by millions. And that really inspired me. That really inspired me to write this book. And I did that. And this manual, I had to work from the scratch because there were no guidelines and there were no benchmarks to making this book. I was starting from the scratch, right from lesson plans to international framework, thinking about far ahead, not only making one manual, to take this to the highest level, which is the C2 level in any language. I had to create testing, series. I had to do a lot, but I enjoyed every moment. And finally, after 6 years, I have this piece of art for me in my hand. And if I have one ask from someone, I would love to ask Modi ji to promote this book And I dedicate this book to our Prime Minister Modi ji, so that we can take this language to the world. As Sonia ma'am said, that this book is specially for the Spanish speakers. This edition definitely is for the Spanish speakers, but the book titles are there in 4 languages. One is the Devanagari. People who want to learn the Devanagari script, it's there. The second is the Roman Hindi. Now, what we Indians write, in our daily chats on WhatsApp, that's the Roman Hindi derived from English. But I had to change that, and I wanted the world to understand what I have written. So the Roman Hindi which is written in here is not English. It is from the Sanskrit roots, which will tell you the difference between the, the, sh, which right now maybe is not very easy to comprehend, but when you look at this book, you can learn those sounds. So the transliteration which has been done in this book is through the Sanskrit roots, and this makes it global. The second part of this book is that where we have English and we have Spanish, it can be translated to any language. Maybe if this book has to go to Germany, then we will have those titles in German. If it has to go to Philippines, then we'll have in that language. So this is how this book is adaptable to any language, not just to one. And this is a global initiative which we have started. Again, I had to not only design the book, it has got the entire online support, taking inspiration from Instituto Cervantes forever, that if the language is taught, there is not only one book, there is a full gamut of tools and other resources which you need to create with that. And so I have done that. We have an online course also, which one can take up at their own pace and time. We have a lot of resources which are free to download from our site, Vishwa Hindi School, which is now going to be active very soon to teach and to teach Hindi to the world. This is going to be online to begin with. So there is the entire sources and resources to learn Hindi. It comes with a CD, which you can, not the CD now, you can download the audios from the site, and you can download the videos to understand the grammar. The grammar is done in a very visual way. So having said all that, I would again like to thank my 3 mothers. One mother who's sitting in front of me, that's my mother who gave me birth. The second mother who gave me this wonderful man. She is still in the traffic. She is old. She is 87 years old, and she's struggling to come in here. And because of the traffic, she could not reach. Maybe she'll be reaching any minute. So thank you, Mama. And thank you, my other mother. And my third mother, which is my country, Meri Bharat Ma. Thank you, Fabiola. Thank you, Alfredo. Thank you, Joey. And thank you, everyone, for being here and supporting this book. Thank you. Thank you.
So just before you think it's all over, we have a little 3-minute extract out of the 3 million minutes. So my maths is very nice. I did the maths for Shalu. That in 6 years, approximately how many minutes you put in. For those 3 million minutes, there is a little AV of 3 minutes which captures the sense of Namaste Hindi and also of embracing Hindi and discovering Bharat. Please do look at this with all your attention and love and affection.
Namaste. विश्व हिंदी स्कूल।
आपकी उम्र क्या है? आपकी आयु क्या है? लड़के के लिए,
मेरी उम्र 14 साल है।
लड़की के लिए,
मैं 10 साल की हूँ।
मैं ता,
मैं ती,
तू ता,
तू ती,
तुम ते,
तुम ती।
मस्त हूँ यार, सब ठीक ठाक है। विश्व हिंदी स्कूल में मजा है आज अरारा, सब मिलके बोलो तरारा। क्या हाल है, क्या हाल चाल, कैसे हो, सब बढ़िया है ना? हाँ जी बढ़िया है, मजे में हूँ।
This video, in case you're wondering, we're an amazing team. There was one person, and that was Shalu. So this entire video, the concept visualization, is also something that she has done creatively. So once again, thanking each one of you, starting with Maria, for again inviting us, allowing us to be a part of this journey, and actually starting it in that sense over here. Lots of love has been received and affection from world over. Just to let you know, for example, Vishwa Hindi Sachivalaya, World Hindi Secretariat in Mauritius. It's one of the apex bodies. Their Deputy Secretary General, Dr. Shubhankar Mishra, he sent almost a 3-page note which talked about how this is a manual which is pioneering in nature and should be used as a textbook for all diaspora and people overseas. You know, Professor Shakya is not here. He's been a Hindi chair to Hungary for 4 years, and he was also invited as one of the evaluators of the book. And the Director General of ICCR, Nandini Singhlaji, she has offered to forward the book also. She said that she likes it very much. So ministry and the cultural relations department, so to say, of the government of India have also noticed and acknowledged and appreciated, apart from whatever you heard of. So we're grateful to each one of them for having made the time and having given her this opportunity. And once again, to each one of you, extended families, friends who have been a part of this journey, please join us in this mission as we invite the world to embrace Hindi and to discover Bharat. Thank you once again. Wishing you a very, very good evening. Hope you don't find too much traffic going back. We have some refreshments for you, and if anyone wants to know more about the book, how it can be bought, how it can be used, blah, 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 all of that, please let us know, because you also have, by the way, Goel Publishers right here, and we had Nikunji from there. Like I mentioned to you, they are right now in Frankfurt as we speak today, and they're displaying the book. It's the first time a Hindi language learning book is being displayed at the Frankfurt World Book Fair. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some clips of that. And bring it back to India before we take it back to the world once again. Thank you once again. शुभ रात्रि, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, हार्दिक धन्यवाद और सबको शुभ दीपावली की शुभकामनाएं. Wishing happy Diwali and the upcoming festivities to each one of you in your wonderful families. My name is Sunil and I don't like to leave the mic, but I'll try to now, as you might have noticed. Thank you.